said, I was trying to get there for all this time, and I'm finally here, y'all. I'm so happy. I am finally here. Finally made it, and hopefully I will make it pretty soon. Hopefully I get there in time. I'm going to be going there to a workshop, and just like I said, I was trying to get there for all this time, and I'm finally here, y'all. And I don't know if they're going to let me vlog there, but I'm going to be vlogging. Hey everyone, I finally made it to BMI. Yes, I did. Finally made it. And guess what? I came late. Yes, I came late, everyone. But, however, she gave me her email address, and she allowed me to, you know, still attend the workshop. So I get you guys on the recap of everything. All right, peace. So just came from BMI, and I can just say, honestly, I got there late. I know I got there late, and I don't know, just my timing, but I made it. I came, and I saw, and I'm happy that I'm here in the big NYC, all the way from Philly. So I'm on my way, and right now I'm just going to explore the city. Right now I am currently in the financial district right now. So I'm just so mad that I made it late, but I mean, it's okay, because, you know, it's like I always say, that things happen for a reason, and everything happens in perfect time. And I just, you know, I got what I needed from that workshop. Came there half an hour late, but they still let me in. And it went by fairly fast, and it was over. I would say the time I got there, it was over. But it was okay. I really appreciate them letting me in, because they could have been like, no, I don't care if you came all the way from Philly. I don't care. No, we're not letting you in. But they let me in the workshop, so it's all gravy. It's all good. So I just wanted to let y'all know that I did finally make it to BMI, and I am so excited. So excited that I finally can just cross that off the list, cross it out, and be done with the next. So right now, just basically just walking through the financial district, and on my way going to the city until it's back to Philly I go. All right, y'all. See y'all. Alright, so I had to take a break. Get me these little protein shits with these little things, and gonna be on my way back to Philly. Overall, I can say that BMI gave me a good insight on a lot of shit. So I give you guys, when I get all settled in, and also have some crazy news to tell you guys. So
So, let you all know that I made it. Alright. Yes. My BMI experience. Man. No shade to Megabus. No shade. But I got there late. The bus left late. It left like 20 minutes late. 20 minutes late. Now, the workshop started in New York City at 12 o'clock noon. On time, sharp. Okay? They didn't stress it in the reply email. Stating, I had to reply back to them just to let them know that I am actually coming. But, however, I like to be on time. I like to be on time to, different functions, events, doctor's appointments, whatever have you. I like to be on time. So, in this case, I wasn't. So, let me tell you guys about my journey of getting there. First off, I wanted to say that I do have a new camera. Yes, I do. I have a new camera, and I do still have my old camera. So this is a camera that I have been using to film all of my videos. It's actually it's Nikon. If I'm saying Nikon CoolPix L110. So this is a camera that I have been using. I have been using this camera. And this is the screen that cracked when I had went to Bargain Thrift Center. If you guys haven't been to Bargain Thrift Center, please go. No sponsoring. I just love them. But however, this is the camera that I use. I dropped this camera, and I was so sad, and I was just like, oh, I had this camera for so many years. Oh my God. I'm trying to remember when I got it. I think I got this camera. Yeah, I think I got this camera back in like, say 2008 or 2000, but between 2008 and 2010, I got this camera. And this camera has been holding me down for a lot of events, because I also do Fashion Week, and my daughter as well, she does New York Fashion Week, and we do Philly Fashion Week as well. And this camera has filmed a lot of stuff, a lot of graduations and so forth, birthdays, parties, and it got me through a lot of stuff. And I'm still going to be using this camera. I actually used this camera when I went to BMI too. I used both my Canon. I have a Canon 20D now, and I'm going to use this one. I use this one as well. So enough about the camera stuff, because this channel is not doing any type of open box and reviews on cameras. It's basically, just like I said, talking about me, myself, GinaLocksSouL, as a singer-songwriter, and also vintage fashion. So that's going to be on the next video, so stay tuned with that. So my BMI experience, back to that. My BMI experience, it was just crazy. I got there late, and then when I got there, it was 11:45. So I'm thinking like, oh my God, like, okay, should I catch Metro or Lyft? Because again, now I just want to add this too. No shade to Uber, but I like Lyft better. So I use Lyft, and I just said, just like I said, I'm going to use Lyft. So I'm waiting and waiting, and I keep on forgetting. I'm not in Philly, okay? New York traffic is crazy. Oh my God. So I'm waiting and waiting, and I'm looking at the little GPS thing on Lyft, and he's going around and around and around, and I'm like, what is going on? Where is this guy at? So I got into the Lyft, and it was 11:47 or 48 or something like that. So I'm getting in there, and I think where I was at, where the Megabus let me off, was by Fit University. the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City. So it let me off right there. That's where it always let people off who's traveling from Philadelphia to New York. But when you go home, it's a further location. But anyway, so I get into the lift, and I'm like sweating bullets, and I'm like, oh my God, like I have to get there. I have to get there on time. So time's ticking and ticking and ticking. So I'm looking at the clock, and it's 11:55, and I'm like, oh man, I'm not gonna make it. So I didn't let my Lyft driver know, because that's just my business. But if I wanted him to hurry up, I could have just been like, hey, I'm trying to get somewhere by a certain time. Do you think I can make it? I'll probably say that. But at this time, I'm like thinking like, okay, well, I already know I'm going to be late regardless. If I tell him to hurry up, I'm still going to be late regardless. So I'm not going to make this man rush on account of me being late. And, it's not really a dire emergency, but it is an emergency because I am traveling always from Philly to New York. So I just basically, he asked me where I was going. I told him, well, I said, I'm actually going to BMI. He said, what's BMI? I said, oh, okay, well, BMI is Broadcast Music Incorporated. And what they do is, they basically, like myself, a singer-songwriter, they let you know about how you can get your royalties, how you can get paid off of your music as being a singer-songwriter, how your music can be protected. And that's what they do. That's just a little bit of what they do. And I told him that I'm going to a workshop there and I'm late. So I kind of like plugged that in there, just let him know, like, look, hey, I'm late, like, I'm late, but it just like I said, it was cool. It was cool that, I didn't want to let him know that. So he was like, oh, you're a singer-songwriter? And I was just like, yes. He said, well, I am too. I'm a singer-songwriter. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe he probably is. It's New York City, the city of dreams, and, city that never sleeps. And so he was like this. He was like, well, I want you to sing a song for me. Sing a song. And I'm like, my mind wasn't even thinking about that. My mind was just thinking about getting there on time. So I'm like, okay, well, let me just do this, take my mind off everything. So I started singing my single, We Really Need, which is copyrighted. I have that song copyrighted, and I also have it registered under BMI. And I started singing that song, and then he was like, oh, I really like that song. And then he's like, sing it again. And I was just like, he's like, you sure? He's like, yes. And then, no, for real. This is real. This is for real. And then he's like, sing it again. And I was like, okay. So I sung it again. And then he started singing it with me. So we're all in the car the whole ride. And I'm like singing, we really need to celebrate. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, what is going on? But anyway, I just thought it was like so cool. So he was like, oh, I like this song. I'm gonna download it. I'm gonna get it. I like it. So I'm like, okay, thanks for your support. Thanks for your love. Much love. So I got there. He told me where to go. So I go inside the building. I'm all looking around like, okay, this has to be the building, because I always do the Google Maps, the Google thing, and I look at the pictures and images and all that stuff like that just to make sure I know where I'm going. So I finally got there, went to the front, told the man, I was like, I'm trying to go to BMI. Is this the building with BMI? He's like, yes, it is. It's the building. So I'm like, okay. So I said, what do I have to do? I'll show you my ID. Like, what do I have to do? He's like, calm down. Like, and then I was like, well, okay. So that's when I showed him my ID. He said, just give me your ID. So I gave him my ID. He's like, okay. And my name checked in. I guess it came up whatever list that they had. So, oh my God, let me tell y'all that building. Okay, first off, BMI, if for y'all who don't know where BMI is located at in New York City, it's actually in the New World Trade Center building. And I don't know how many floors. I probably will find a link or something like that, put it in the description box below, if I can find anything. but it has so many floors. It's so beautiful. It's a beautiful, very high-tech building. Lots of security, lots of cameras. You know, of course, mind you, you know, through what happened with 9/11, yes, you know, but it was very high security. So I gave him my ID, and then he signals the other guy, because I guess to get in there you have to have some type of pass, and it's like some type of sensors or something like that you gotta go through, and then once you go through, these things open. It was just like so high tech. So I'm like, okay. Alright, so he signals the other security guard, just let him know to let me in, because, you know, of course, I don't work there, I don't go there, I don't have a pass, I don't have nothing. So the guys is standing there talking like la la la, and I'm not looking at my, you know, so my time, and then, you know, I'm like, yeah, I already knew that I was late. I already knew that I was late, and I'll let you guys know what time I got there once I'm done telling you this crazy story. So he finally like, oh, I'm sorry. So he takes the pass, and then the things open up, and then I'm like, you know, tiptoeing through the things, like I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't want to mess nothing up, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So I finally like scurried around the corners, and he's like, well, before he told me what floor it was, and then that's when I scurried around the corner. It's like a long corridor, and then once you get around the corridor, oh my, there's so many elevators. Okay, so he told me the floor. The floor is the 30th floor. The 30th floor to get to BMI. So I'm like scurrying to the elevators, and I'm like trying to figure out which one, and I'm like pressing buttons and stuff, you know, because don't you know when you go to the elevator, it's up and down button. Now these elevators are so high tech, they don't have up and down buttons. They don't have up and down buttons, okay? These elevators had numbers, okay? So I'm all pressing the number, you know, it's like, and then the doors wouldn't open. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, what do you do? So I'm thinking and thinking. Like, I know that I'm smarter than what I think. Okay, I know that I am. So I see people, so people finally come out of the elevators, and I just go in. I just go in the elevator, and I'm all looking, and then the elevator's not moving. So the lady was like, did you press your floor? Did you press the number of your floor? And I was just like, you know what, she's right. That's why the numbers are there. So I'm scurrying out, going out of the elevator, and then I ran out of the elevator, and I'm pressing the button, pressing number 3030, and then I go into try to get into the elevator. The doors close on me, and I'm like, I just pressed the floor. So I'm going out of the elevator, going to another elevator, and then I pressed 30, and then the doors open, and then I was like, oh, finally. So I finally got into the elevator, and then people looking at me like, I know they're probably looking at me on the security cameras like, what is this lady? This lady's running all over the place. What is going on? So I finally get into the elevator, go to the 30th floor, check in with the reception at the front, and now, mind you, I'm like so late, and then I'm thinking, like, remember I told you to start at 12, okay? So I'm telling the lady, I said, is this BMI? You know, I'm saying, obviously it's BMI. I see BMI, everywhere, you know? And I was hoping that I saw a celebrity too, but anyway. But I didn't, so she let me in. And so I quietly had my camera in hand, and then I didn't get a chance to film. So about time I sat down, guess what time it was, guys? $12:35. I was like, oh my. 12:35. Yes, it was. So I sat down, and I'm very intuitive. So I can pretty much get a gist of what the presenter of the workshop was talking about, what she was talking about. So while I was sitting down, and then I was just getting in tune to everything, just trying to, you know, study everything, and we basically wasn't talking about nothing. But she was talking about something. Not to say that it wasn't talking about anything, like I wasted my time. It was just, I found out just listening, because you can listen to someone, and you can find out a lot about a person. So, or a lot about a subject or something. You know, that's why people go to school, you know, to learn stuff. You know, when you do go to school, if you don't listen, you're not going to, you know, understand anything. Now, you're not understand what the teacher is trying to tell you, or the person is trying to tell you. So, I just listened, and I found out that the presenter could not log into her, I guess it was like a PowerPoint or a presentation that they normally show for the workshops. She forgot her password. So I was just like, wow. And I was thinking, like, it's interesting. So as I was just listening, you know, all she was doing, you know, and then that's when I heard her say, oh, because I forgot my password, and then she was just like, so I'm just going to answer everybody's questions. I'm just still answering your questions, guys. So if you have any more questions. And so I was just like, okay, so she's just answering everybody's questions the whole hour. So that's what she was doing. But, you know, mind you, I got there at 12:35. So I didn't have any questions to ask because I pretty much have an idea what BMI is about, because I do have a song that is actually registered on BMI's website. My single, Hints We Really Need. I have that song registered, and but she did say something that kind of struck me, and I just wanted to say something. She was basically talking about YouTube. Yes, YouTube, and I just wanted to get my notes. She was basically talking about your YouTube content, whatever you put on YouTube, if it be music or whatever. I don't know if it's just specifically music or if it is your video itself, just whatever video, don't matter what it is, whatever video. She said that, but I believe it's music, but she said that the 30-second count, so YouTube content, I guess the YouTube people who view the videos in YouTube headquarters, correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm wrong, but this is what she said. She said that they only view it for 30 seconds, okay? So after 30 seconds, you will not get paid and it will not be tracked. So when she said that, I was like, okay, wow, I didn't know that. So that kind of like struck me to think, I don't know, maybe I should ask her a question, but everything just happened so fast. And I'll give you guys an update about that, because I am going to reach out to her and ask her more on that. And you know, just basically research it just to see if that in fact is true. But however, the workshop was interesting. There were a lot of interesting people there from all over. I don't know if they're all were from New York or whatever, but you know, I made it, and I got to meet one guy from there, and he's a music producer. He said he produced J. Cole and a couple of other people music. So he's a producer, a songwriter. So which is really cool. So I did get to meet one person from there. That was really great and refreshing just to know, to meet people like that. And yeah, so that was pretty much it. And from that point on, so sorry about that, guys. My memory card was full, so I had to replace it, put in another one. It was a long process. I don't really remember where I left off at. But however, I just wanted to just sum it all up. That BMI workshop was really, really worth it. Even though I got there late, it was just, again, you know, just like I said, they were nice enough to let me come in. Because I guess they get, you know, they probably get that all the time. They're probably used to it. But However, the workshop was very informative as far as, I will research that YouTube content tracker just to see if in fact, if they said it, I believe it to be true. And I will also put a link in my description about BMI, so if you're interested, then you can look BMI up if you're a singer-songwriter. And with that being said, I just wanted to just say that I really enjoyed my trip to New York City, even though I was late. Yes, but however, it was a good experience going there, and I really feel as though myself being a singer and a songwriter, I want to know about everything, about the ins and outs, about how everything is, how everything works. So again, check out the link in the description box, and you can find out for yourself, if that's something that you want to do for your music and your beats or whatever have you. So I did say that I was going to give you guys some news. Hey, so here is the news. I am going to be filming in July my video for We Really Need. Thank you all for sticking to the end. If you made it this far, thank you. You hear the good news. I'm going to be making my video, filming my video in July for We Really Need. So stay tuned for that. And it's a couple other things, but I'll save that for the next one because I don't want this video to be too long and drawn out. But I thank you for sticking with me, and thank you for all the new subscribers. And again, I'll see you guys on the next one.
For emotion, we hesitate. Time is up, let's make a change. Take a chance, get rearranged. In front of your face is the human race. What you waiting for?